Now, the US has the highest number of COVID-19 related deaths in the world, according to Johns Hopkins University, with more than 19,600 reported victims. A further 783 people have died in New York. That brings the total number of people who've died there to 8,627. But Andrew Cuomo says the number of people admitted to hospital and those in intensive care is continuing to fall. Buster Bunkle is in New York for us, so some very alarming news on the death rates, but perhaps some hope when it comes to hospital numbers.
Yeah, Sophie, these figures are not figures that a country like America would want to have attached to it. Yesterday, they recorded 2,000 deaths nationwide, the first country in the world to do so. They now, as you have said, have just overtaken Italy in the number of deaths recorded, and it will probably be a matter of hours before they hit the 20,000 mark, the first country globally to have achieved that as well. These are embarrassing figures for the world's richest nation, embarrassing figures for a nation that prides itself in an advanced medical system, and yet that is where we are. Despite Donald Trump in the past having tried to blame others, trying to question the approach made by different other countries to their pandemic, the United Kingdom has been one of those he's criticised. The United States is really struggling with this now, more so than just in New York, although this is where I am still very much the epicenter. New York is still recording the worst number of cases, a very high death toll again over the past 24 hours. That's stable, but it's not really falling below that average of around 750 deaths a day. What is good is that the number of hospitalizations are going down, the number of people being admitted to intensive care is going down, the number of people who are being intubated are going down. And so the curve is definitely flattening. We are starting to see a plateau here over a number of days. It will take some time before the figures start to really fall away the other side. And it is an effect of the social distancing measures put in place. There is talk about when that might be lifted. Donald Trump, of course, keen to reopen the economy, wants to do it sooner rather than later. He'd originally planned to have it open by Easter, by this weekend. That was always very ambitious. He's now potentially looking at early May. But the New York mayor, Bill de Blasio, has said schools here will remain closed for the rest of the academic year, so until at least September. And the governor, in his press conference earlier, citing comments made by Winston Churchill towards the end of World War II, said that this is only the end of the beginning.